y'all see that? Oh my God. I couldn't believe my eyes when I saw this video. I had to do a double take because I didn't know what was going on at first. But when I zoomed in, I was just like, first of all, why didn't anybody tell this white woman that she was too damn big to sit her ass on this ride? They could have politely told her, ma'am, there's a height weight restriction. You cannot ride this ride. But instead, she slid her big ass up in there anyway, trying to fit in the ride. And what happened? She got stuck. Sometimes it would be very wise if people would read the signs, because I'm pretty sure there's signs posted for like height and weight restrictions. This is why I tell people to pay attention. But that's on the staff. That's their fault for allowing that. That's on them. Yeah, it's pretty rough out here. You know, when a big un, and you want to ride the kiddie rides, and then you get stuck, and then everybody sees you, and then you go viral, and now the whole world knows your name. It's pretty sad. I feel sorry for her. I really do. Because I'm just like, damn well you couldn't fit in that ride. Why would you slide your big ass up in there anyway? And still got stuck. Now, to be fair, I did a little bit of research on the ride restrictions and to see if there were actually weight limits. I know there are height restrictions because I know that children at a certain height, like they're like 4'5" or 4'10" or something like that, they can only ride so many rides, and they have the inches marker where they measure them to make sure that they're tall enough to ride the ride. According to Google AI, Google is saying that there are no weight restrictions, and it says that they do the bar lap test as long as the guests can properly secure themselves inside of the ride and the T-bar that comes down over their body is locked securely into that ride, then they have the right to ride the ride. I'll be damned. Here I am thinking that there were actual weight restrictions, but apparently there isn't. Now, unless they are really smaller rides, like if it's like kiddie rides or something like the water ride, I'm assuming what she was on, those might have weight restrictions, yes. It depends on the layout, depends on the build and the architecture. You have a lot of factors in play. But here's my thing. Even if the park don't have weight restrictions, but yet they require you to be a certain height to ride the roller coasters and all these other rides, I think it would probably be wise for them to start making sure that if they look like they're not going to fit, to properly turn them away. Now, I know it sounds mean, but you have to think about safety precautions. You have to think about liability. Do you want to get sued because somebody that was severely obese decided to squeeze their ass up in a ride that they had no business riding in the first place, and then something happens to them? Hence a lawsuit. People don't be thinking about stuff like that. And not to burst your bubble, but sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes accidents happen. I've seen the news where, people have actually been injured from rides, or even worse, unalived, because they weren't properly restrained, or because there was a malfunction on that ride. A number of things can happen. But stuff like that, you gotta look at the whole scope of things. You gotta look at liability. You gotta look at everything before you decide to ride something that you're too big to get on. Now, I know I'm a little thick, but I ain't that damn big either. But I know my limits, and I know what to get on and what not to get on at the same damn time. So, for all of you big uns that want to ride the kiddie rides and water rides and everything else that you probably cannot fit, please make a mental note to yourself and remind yourself that sometimes it's just not worth it. It's not worth it. And let this be a lesson. Let this video be a lesson that sometimes it's just best to walk away and take the L, knowing that you're probably going to get stuck in that ride. And the last thing you want to do is get stuck in a ride in front of thousands of other visitors at a theme park because you wanted to ride the water ride. You know what you could have did? I'm going to tell you what she could have did. Y'all not going to like this answer either. Y'all going to think I'm a real asshole when I say this. She could have made her ass a homemade water ride. You know what she could have did? She could have got a water tube, because I'm pretty sure theme parks sell them or they have rentals. She could have rented herself a water tube, went to the open pool, because I'm pretty sure there's a big ass pool with a waterfall over there, and made herself a homemade water ride if she wanted to ride the water that damn bad. That's all she had to do. Get her a tube, get her a noodle, or whatever you call the little things that you swim with, and she could have made herself a homemade ride. But no, she wanted to be like everybody else, trying to squeeze in and have the experience, and I get it. Everybody wants to have fun. I get it. But again, sometimes you have to be mindful of the circumstances around you. And you have to really be logical about the decisions you make when you're a certain size. You know, that's like saying I'm going to put a child on a freaking roller coaster that's not even tall enough, knowing that it's endangering to her because she's not tall enough. And of course, the staff, they're going to stop a child before they stop an adult. But when it comes to certain adults, I don't know if it's the size that intimidates the staff members or what, but I'm starting to notice a pattern here, because once upon a time when I was younger, I think I was in my 20s, somewhere around there, went to Six Flags, Fiesta, Texas, a long time ago when I was a kid. And I'll never forget this big old Pancho Villa Mexican dude. He had to be every bit of 500 pounds. Trying to squeeze his ass on the roller coaster, knowing damn well he probably won't fit. But he did it anyway. And they tried to lock him in and secure him, and guess what? He couldn't even pull the damn thing down and lock himself in. And what did they do? They asked him to get off the damn ride. And he took it like a champ and kept it going. He might have been sad, but I'd rather him be sad and safe than sorry at the same time too, because that theme park avoided lawsuits, they avoided liability issues, and they made sure that the guest was safe. Because sometimes not every ride is worth riding on. That's all I have to say. I ain't trying to be mean to all the big uns, but just know, sometimes if you are too big for the ride, find an alternative activity. That's all I'm saying. No harm, no foul over here. You can have fun, have your cake and eat it too, but just find an alternative. But y'all let me know y'all thoughts in the comments below.